And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
If you are truly sick enough to come back week after week, month after month, for the last year and change, I have no choice but to look you dead in your eye and say, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
My name is Chris Burns. On the screen to my right is the Natural Man, baby.
Chris Lynch.
And of course, from the home office in Poop Hole, Colorado,
Yes.
he is 1 in a million, but to some, he's just 1,000,000 to 1 that he's not all right in the head.
He's just the one.
That's right.
He's a
P.S.
little bit
Big Herm,
special.
Michael Herman.
Yeah. Buckshot Jones.
Buckshot Jones, and we learned he had a name.
Flemmy. No, that's you.
Close.
Flemmy the
Anywho.
Peggy Flemmy.
Just want to let you guys know we are doing the movie episode tonight, but we got told sometime over the weekend that Herm is taking over the first few minutes of the show. He's hot about it. We are hot about it, and we're going to let him go. You know why we're going to let him go? Not only because it's a good topic, but guess what, kids? Tomorrow's that man's birthday. So let's just do a little happy
Turn 50
birthday.
tomorrow. That is true. I turn 50 tomorrow.
Wow, you're
all right,
old.
so
Welcome to the club.
Apparently, last week, somebody in Norway, and it's somebody from a group that's championing the LGBTQIAXZPL community with a plus and a negative and a less than
Tilde
sign.
underscore, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the fucking math is and the shit on that is. I have no trigonometry, bro. LGBT trigonometry. Made a post on either Twitter or some social media site, whatever. I don't remember. It doesn't fucking matter what it was. Okay.
Okay.
That at the song by the Queen, the glory and the wonder that she is, the song "You Make Me Feel" by Aretha Franklin is hurtful to the LGBTQ $ community. Because it says, this is why. And this is it.
Whoa.
Right here.
Natural. Whoa, man.
All right. So, yeah, natural man. That just means he doesn't manscape.
It's a garden, Lynch. Let it grow.
Let it grow. Yeah, so that's why, because the natural woman, like, okay, can we just, where does this stop? Where does this stop? Because if you think you're a woman, all right, you're still not a natural woman. You're not a natural born. All right, and I know there's a group of women out there that are all on that side too. Like, I don't remember what the fuck they're called. There's a 4-letter term for them.
Turf.
It's not cunts. It's something else.
It could be.
Yeah, turf. It's like basically,
Twat.
yeah, they basically believe that that even if you're gonna call yourself a woman, that a natural born woman technically is more of a woman. And
Why do we have to make things so fucking difficult?
I don't understand.
I mean,
I don't understand why we have to make things so fucking difficult. First of all, the song wasn't written with any pretense. So the song was more talking about just making you feel like a woman. All right.
So let me get this. Let me get this
no
straight.
makeup, no hidden nothing, just that. But come on, man, it's Aretha Franklin. You really think she give a fuck about that back then? No, she didn't.
And
But
here's
the fact that they're gonna take that and push it, use it for an agenda, is just kind of fucked up. Because the truth is the truth. You can think whatever you want, but you're not a natural woman.
Well, and that's what pisses me off is that for Here's Aretha Franklin proclaiming her natural womanhood and telling other people, especially, you got to think of when the song came out too. You're talking in the 60s, the 60s into the mids, and your sexual revolution coming along here, coming in the 70s. She's proclaiming she's a natural woman and telling other women to just let your freak flag fly and be a fucking woman. Now, isn't this them canceling this song just as bad as when we cancel them? When they're saying they're being misrepresented and misquoted and miscredited, it's fucking hypocrisy in its finest. Look at me, look at me, look at me. You can't listen to that because I say so. Well, that's what they claim that we've been doing for the last 60 years, is suppressing them, marginalizing them. Well, don't marginalize my fucking world, because guess what? The street is two ways, two directions, and you can't make that fucking flat traffic flow in one direction without pain. Okay, two-way street, motherfucker. Fuck you.
You also look a couple years back when the whole fervor started about "Baby, It's Cold Outside," and they said it promoted rape culture.
No, he was just trying to get his Mac on.
Yeah, and you know what? She was trying to play a little hard to get.
Everybody's all about toxic masculinity till somebody needs somebody to pull out a gun and save their ass.
Oh, I say open the pickle jar, but same.
You know what I mean? Same thing.
And John brought up a good point in the comments. This is the same community that wants pedophilia identified as minor attracted people. No, you're a fucking kid diddler.
I'm not going to disagree that there are people that agree with the minor attracted people. I haven't done any true across the board reading where it's as a community they support this. I've seen usually.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Just a few outliers.
I've seen outliers, and you've got that in every fucking bullshit. But as a community, that's like saying Mexicans are really into the fucking immigration.
Wait,
program.
they're not?
They're not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's like 2 or 3 that are like, all right, go USA, go Raiders. But
go Raiders.
You know, but I have kids, 5 of them. I have kids, 5 of them.
I got dogs. Does that count?
Yeah, well, they cost about the fucking same. They listen about as well.
They give you the same headaches.
What was my kid?
I'm not sure.
What
if it was your kid? Look, okay. If they were minor attracted people, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying,
says you can go fuck yourself. I'm a Broncos fan. The Raiders can suck my dick.
Oh, the Raiders are playing.
Respect, of course.
The Raiders are playing the Falcons this weekend at the PGA Tour in Atlanta.
Yo, it's nice, and when you play the Raiders, it's nice because it's the only house. It's the only house in Vegas where the house loses.
That's true. That's very true.
Are the Dallas Cowboys going to be
John,
their caddies?
Would I disown? No,
the Raiders.
Absolutely not. To answer John's question, no, and she knows she also knows it's a Raiders Broncos thing a long time. John, no, I wouldn't disown if that was somebody else's choice, and if that's how they wanted to live, that's fine. But my child would also know that I also disagree with some things. That's the relationship I have. Look, I've got one son who's extremely fucking metro, bro. He loves girls, but he's all about fucking fashion. And this little bastard at 14 is making more fucking money than I knew what to do with at the time.
Dude, he's
selling clothes down in Watch Hill, and he is selling some serious shit. His boss wants to take him to like San Francisco and Vegas to go choose clothing lines.
Vegas is fine. Don't take him to San Francisco unless he wants to shit in the street.
Well, I mean, it's fashion, you know what I mean? But there's Chicago, all of that shit. So my youngest is extremely fucking metro.
He's Gucci as hell.
He's Gucci as fuck. That's the one that's going to let me. Brenton's the reason I'm going to drive a Lamborghini someday. That little bastard's already trying to make fucking business licenses and electronic numbers and shit for his taxes. Kid's fucking 14.
He's going to have his EIN number here soon.
Let's get back. They pull a train.
I'm in the process of trying to get him one.
Yeah.
I think, and when they say this song is hurtful, you know what? It's one of those things where nowadays, if somebody doesn't have something to be pissed off about, they go out looking for something to be pissed off about. And this is just another example.
Go watch Blazing Saddles. Fuck off.
They wouldn't last. They wouldn't last 10 minutes. They wouldn't last when the sheriff came into town.
I was just going to say, when the sheriff rode into town, all bets are off. The sheriff's a what? He's a yup.
No, dagnabbit.
Dude, they used to drop that word. They used to drop that word on the Jeffersons.
Yeah. I know. I just saw that the other day.
When the Jeffersons first came out, because it wasn't that widespread and hadn't been picked up, they were dropping the N-word with hard R's, no problem.
Exactly.
All the Family, Good Times, Jefferson.
Dude, there's the episode where fucking what's his name shows up. Good Time shows up.
Sammy Davis Jr. was on the thing.
Yes, and then would you have the other dude? What's his name? All in the Family.
Yep.
Yeah,
even into the 90s, there was the episode of Rock, which I saw about 4 times, and one of the episodes. Wait, do you hear that?
Yeah,
it's here. It's finally here.
Is it here?
I don't know, but I can hear it.
Oh,
there they are.
Wait, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. The Symphony of Disbarction is here.
Yeah.
And Herb is fucking the pooch right now.
I'm working it.
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, my Lord. It worked earlier. Oh, the Symphony of Disbarction never fails.
We need to have a bark counter.
Yeah,
good
call.
Corner.
An episode of Rock where crack dealers moved in across the way, and they're trying to muscle everybody, stay out of our business, or we're gonna fuck you up. And Rock jacks one of these guys up against the wall and says, the dude's like, "Dude, be my N-word," and he's like, "I ain't your N-word. I ain't nobody's N-word." But
there it is. It worked. Nobody understands. Yeah,
it's not hurtful. You know why? Because we all grew up in a time where everything we did wasn't called perfect or wonderful, and we weren't told that your feelings come first over, I don't know, real fucking life.
No, but we also grew up in a time where, now we did not have a lot of other than whites in the town that we grew up in, and I'm not being racist, but there was not a shitload of there was not a black congregation really in our school.
Not until I got to Ledyard was it like that. In Norwich, I was pretty well blended.
Right. But in Ledyard, where I grew up, there was a dozen, maybe 20 out of 450 students.
I can say my class was very white.
but that was just the area in where I lived, but at no point did anybody have a problem, and you got accepted into their groups as much as they got accepted into ours, to the point where like there was the whole race thing got kind of offset penalties is really what it came down to. Yeah. They could crack on the whites and you could crack on the blacks, and everybody respected it. I talk more shit on black people with Steve-O Thomas than any motherfucker on the planet. And he does the same thing about white people, but it's a complete mutual respect. That's how our friends are. When we pick friends, we find the most racist, loving person on the planet, and that's how dudes do friends. That's just the way it happens. I won't shit on black people, but if you are my friend and you are black, you're going to catch some immediately racist shit.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm going to catch it back. It's going to go both ways.
Herm and I, back in the day, being of Italian, Polish, Scottish heritage, I would catch my fair share of jokes. And of course, I'd ask to see Herm, wear the marks on his back from where his family crawled into the country.
Yeah.
We did shit like that. And it was funny because we knew it wasn't
swim no river, asshole.
That's right. You know why nobody in Herm's family has ever been in the Olympics?
Because anybody who could run, swim, or jump is just already here.
Pretty much. Hello, Jordan. What's up? I want to get to John's point in just a second. I want to finish this out if I can.
Sure.
We were brought up in a time where not everything was hurtful, offensive. We were taught to, roll with the punches. Nowadays, you can't do that because every child, you so much as sneeze in their general direction, they need fucking counseling and pills and Ritalin. Yes, there are real things out there that are mental disorders, mental, diseases, and they should be looked at correctly and they should be dealt with correctly. Not everything is a mental disorder. Not everything is offensive, and not everything that you hear or that hurts you, do you need to sit in a corner and cry with a towel and, get your safe space in your cocoa, which brings me to John's comment.
I would like cocoa with the little
since we're talking about movies today, I have an employee freaking out because Titanic is being released again. Thoughts? Yeah, they're remaking Titanic, which, love it or hate it, is a really, really good, iconic classic film.
Yes, but and also another point. They've made movies about raising the Titanic, about what happened, and the band played on. This is not the only fucking Titanic movie. Look, it's a great story. But let's be honest, most great stories are completely retold over and over and over. They just change the names of the characters. A good story is a good story. You can't get by it. You can change the names and change the setting and do things differently, but it's still the same story.
All right, so Titanic is basically Romeo and Juliet on a boat.
Well, I was just going to say, Pretty Woman is Romeo and Juliet in a city with a whore. It's this. You're just. I said it. Fuck off.
I ain't mad.
I ain't mad.
It's a businessman and a hooker, and it's Romeo and Juliet. It's all the same. How many versions of Cyrano de Bergerac have we seen? Steve Martin. Sitcoms. I liked it. I'm a Steve Martin fan. So.
I liked it too.
But you know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing is like the same stories.
Right. Time out, John. Look, you don't have to like the movie. The numbers don't lie, and the fact that it's won awards, it is a classic movie, whether we like it or not. I don't have to like it.
50 Shades of Grey was fan fiction bullshit, but it broke
a hooker and a whore ain't nothing but a fee. Thank you, Leprote, for that one.
It's a hooker and a hoe.
No, she's trying to be colloquial. Come on.
I understand that, but it's a salt and pepper line. But the difference between a hooker and a hoe ain't nothing but a fee. And that's the actual way it goes.
Look, I'm no fan. I'm no fan of these super majestic reboots, especially like classics.
Dude, I'll take the reboots over making Superman and Batman fags.
True. But what I'm saying is, when you take something like, say, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
just be honest,
you recast it and you make him the most just terrible human being on earth.
Yeah,
I like it for that.
I like it for that reason.
I got one episode in. I was done.
I like it, and I've liked the episodes that I've watched only because it's a completely different version of it. So to me, it's not even The Fresh Prince. It's a different movie where things are kind of similar in series, but that's not The Fresh Prince I know. This is more of like something else based off of that, and that's how I treat it.
Oh, it's like the new night.
That is not Will Smith and Jazz getting thrown the fuck out the front door.
Yeah.
Right.
It's too serious, and I get it for what it is, and I like it. And, people got to work, so they do shit. But
I understand. Lynch, you brought up Night Court. Other than John Larroquette, is there? That's the thread. Obviously, is John Larroquette. He is the thread.
Well, that's your touch point.
Yeah,
that's your back to the original series.
I liked it.
The big thread is Melissa Rauch plays Harry Anderson's daughter.
Right, she's Harry's daughter. So there's a lot of referring to shit that happened that you and I all watched firsthand. Right. We watched it firsthand at night when we were really young, or we heard our parents watching it at night.
Right.
And then we caught it later on like 56 as reruns.
Yeah. Yep. I love that show.
But it is very Larroquette is has, I mean, he's all of us, man. He's gotten a little older, a little mellower. He's not trying to be. He is not the same.
A little less cynical.
Left and right, Dan Larroquette.
Yeah,
he's slowed down. He's older, but he's still got the same wit. They've just toned it down for today. Like let's be honest. We all watched that show back when it ran originally, and the shit they got away with and him saying would not fucking fly today.
No,
because we're all oversensitive pussy babies nowadays.
Right, and that was one of the things that Jen and I talked about. Like, do you think they're going to be able to what do you think Dan's going to do? I think Dan's going to be Dan, but I think he's going to have to be more socially acceptable.
He would need Blue Chew just to get...
He's still the same asshole. He's just mellowed a little.
Right.
And also the twist is that Dan is also now the defender.
Instead of the prosecutor.
So everybody he was always trying to fuck over, and now... she fucking whittled into him and she got into him and she's like, I know there's a good Dan Fielding. I've heard the fucking stories my dad has told, and I know there's a good Dan Fielding in there, and I lost my fucking public defender at night court, and I need you, Dan, to come in and do it. So the first episode he has a client, like, he has no idea how to fucking do it. But it's a nice twist, and it's not. I don't think it's a bad show.
All right, I'm gonna check it out.
I like the reboot of it, and I like that it brings what's her name back to
Marky
TV.
Post.
Yeah,
she's dead.
No, not Marky Post, you dumbass.
What's her name?
Whoever plays Judge Stone there. the new Judge Stone, whatever her name.
Melissa Rauch.
Yeah. She got great boobs.
Oh yeah, she's pretty.
We don't see him under that damn thing, but then again, Harry never wore clothes under there either, so there's hope.
That's right. All right, who came up with this topic, and how much fun are we gonna have?
This was Lynch.
All right, gotta go talk metal festivals with the hubby. I'll check out the recap. Thank you, Jen. Have fun when you come back, because we are about to recast a bunch of movies and see what we can do with them.
Yeah, we are.
Lynch, tell them why you had this idea.
So I was
fucking high
on edibles.
That.
Every idea he has is because he's fucking high.
So I read an article about a little bit of uproar about a certain movie being recast with younger actors playing iconic roles, and the first movie I'm going to talk about is that particular film, and it got me to thinking.
That movie.
It got me to thinking, what other movies would be hilarious or
just because Herm likes to forget shit.
Because Herm likes the shits in the morning.
No, it's not bad. It's beer. It's not apple, so it doesn't hit the same way on your asshole.
Oh yeah.
Herm knows the difference between when it hits the asshole right and when it doesn't.
Lynch is usually eating an edible when I know that.
Prison does this to a man.
Hard time, no pun intended. Fuck it, there's a pun. Anyway,
so anyway, your idea.
I thought to myself, what would be a couple movies that I love and have watched over and over again? What if they were recast with either ridiculous or just alternative timepiece actors? So I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll pitch it to the guys. They loved it. And so here we are now. Episode 53, movies we'd like to see. My first movie is, of course, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So the Disney people who follow Disney and Marvel and all that other bullshit are crying that they make recast people to play Luke Skywalker as a younger version of himself and Han Solo, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, number one, the original actors are fucking ancient. I mean, Harrison Ford's in his mid to late 70s. Mark Hamill looks nothing like he used to, and Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher, is dead. So let's recast it. So I figured,
God rest
her soul. I loved her.
And we did it for God and for Jesus and for Mr. McMahon.
For God and Jesus and for Mr. McMahon.
Mr. McMahon. So anyway, that got me to thinking. So I decided I was going to recast Star Wars with time-appropriate actors, some of whom were actually thought of to be cast in a movie. So I'm going with Star Wars, Luke Skywalker played by Woody Allen. Princess Leia, Linda Lovelace.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Darth Vader, Jimmy J.J. Walker. Let's see. I'm referring to my notes because I have other things I want to say about that.
No. You don't have to say anymore. You've ruined it enough.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm feeling weak.
Is Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh
dear
God.
Han Solo is Christopher Walken. He was considered for the role of Han Solo. Yoda is Milton Berle. Richard Pryor is Lando Calrissian.
Oh, Jesus.
And Groucho Marx is Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, my Lord.
See, you went too far.
Again, outrageous and ridiculous. I mean, could you just imagine Christopher Walken with the Chris Walken we know and love now? He was that way when he first became an actor. I mean, The Deer Hunter, his cadence and I thought they fixed it.
You're talking to my boy all wrong.
You're talking to my boy all wrong. Do it again.
Stab you in the fucking eye with a soldering iron.
Jimmy Walker is Darth Vader. I mean, come on.
Okay, that one got my.
Dynamite. The Force is dynamite.
Oh,
I don't
know. Lord.
I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Maybe
it
was
is
funnier.
That would be an interesting movie. There's no other way to put that.
I mean,
that
you have to
interesting.
You would eventually have to recast, Milton Berle and Linda Lovelace, but if
today's questions,
then you could replace her with Marilyn Chambers.
Yeah.
Groucho Marx, he's only in that one movie, so we don't have to worry about them. Oh no, they bring him back for Rogue One, so it would have to be a digital Groucho Marx.
Could be worse.
It could be better. So what do you guys got?
I'll give you my easy one. Obviously, you know how big of a fan I am of mob movies.
Yep.
So I was watching Goodfellas the other day. Big surprise because I only watch it like
every time it's on.
Oh, I search it out on a streaming service. I'm like, it's a Goodfellas kind of day.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie to put on. I like it. I'll put it on while I'm doing shit like cooking or something, and I can just stand in the kitchen and just recite fucking lines as I hear them.
Yep. Now, if I were going to recast anybody,
cut the garlic so thin,
right? I would only recast Lorraine Bracco, except when I watched this movie, she was the perfect choice for Karen Hill. But what I would do with this film, same cast, same everything, but I would insert sitcom laugh tracks and the sad music intermittent in the parts that need it. Now, could you imagine her standing at that door, buzzing the buzzer? Superintendent, you have a whore living in 2R, and the laugh track comes up.
All right.
Or Janice Rossi, or when Tommy walks in and gets whacked at where he's supposed to be getting made, and he gets whacked, and then you hear the gasp, and then you hear the sad sitcom music like Tony just told what's her nuts? I don't even remember her name. Samantha. Samantha, the daughter.
Yeah.
And that she wasn't allowed to go out that night, and she's all sad and crying, or when that kid wrote that stupid song that Ray Charles had to sing, and she was bawling her fucking face off. That was my favorite episode. Fuck you, you little bitch. Little woke ass bitch. But yeah, I just thought, how cool would it be when, how am I funny? Funny how? And that whole scene plays out, and then Henry gets to that point, get the fuck out of here. The laugh track hits.
Yeah.
I just thought that would be cool. And as I'm sitting there watching it, I'm taking notes. 18 minutes and 21 seconds. You could put a laugh track here. When they're in the court, put some dramatic music here. Hey, you broke your cherry. Oh, and you get that nice Brady Bunch music where, Bobby finally climbs up the tree. Da-da-da-da-da. Just take it and make it keep the lines, keep everything, keep the film. Just insert the laugh track, the sad music, all that shit. Makes it 1,000 times more enjoyable to people who don't like mob movies.
You could do that with basically any Scorsese movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Raging Bull, The Departed, Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver would be a good one to do.
All right, I can see that. I got it.
There aren't too many laugh track moments in The Departed, although there are a few that I really love. When I tell you to throw a body in the marsh, I mean throw it in the marsh, not next to the marsh where the guy from John Hancock gets his Thursday afternoon blowjob. And there's your laugh track.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do dope deals with your retarded cousin? Boom! No. Okay, now I get it.
Now I get it.
Fucking Christ.
All right. So it's my first movie, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So my first movie's funny. You should say this is Goodfellas. All right, but I'm gonna reshoot Goodfellas straight, just as it was filmed, but I'm going to reshoot it with the cast from Blazing Saddles in their Blazing Saddles characters.
That would be fucking awesome.
There's nothing else I never want to see than Madeline Kahn
Madeline Kahn as
Karen.
As Karen. What's her name? And the cast from Carol Burnett. So you've got Mama's Family. What's her name?
Vicki Lawrence.
And she's all right. Vicki Lawrence is what is fucking Shoeshine Boy's mom.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
All right.
God
Carol
damn.
Burnett could be what's her name? Could be Janet Rossi. Think of Tim Allen as Gort in any fucking character role you want.
He would have to play Tommy because Tommy was
That's
short.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But as Gorp, fucking as the
You think I'm funny? You think I'm funny? How am
You
I
know
funny?
what I mean? And what's his name there? The other guy. Oh, God. That whole cast. Yes. There it is. That's my first one. That's my first fucked up movie.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot. That's I have a similar situation brewing too, with my second choice.
Most of my situations are like that. They're gonna make you think like, what the? No, that might work. All right. So what do we got? We got Lynch's number 2.
Number 2, you take The Godfather and cast him in The Wizard of Oz. Al Pacino is the wizard.
Courage.
Okay, that was on my list, and now I have to recast it the way I had it because.
Dude, I have I have The Godfather on my list, but I have it casted completely different, so we're all right.
you guys are fucking stupid.
Dude, we're all the same fucking brain. We're all in each other's head. That's the fucking problem. We all like this. Look, we like our shit the same.
I don't even need to
Chris
look at the
likes
menu.
the same color. Lynch likes the same model. I like the same year.
Oh, so you cast Al Pacino as the wizard. Talia Shire is Dorothy. Okay. Marlon Brando is the Cowardly Lion. Cowardly Lion. Fredo.
Jimmy Stewart needs to be the Tin Man.
Fredo is the Scarecrow, if I only had a brain. Because Fredo was the dumb one.
Yeah.
I can do things, Mikey. I'm smart.
Things. I can find the yellow brick road.
Diane Keaton as the Wicked Witch. And what's his name? The Don's wife as the Good Witch.
All right.
The Godfather's wife, yeah.
All right.
You got to give James Caan a part. He's like the best part of that whole fucking movie.
He could be the flying monkey.
He could be all the monkeys.
Right.
Like
just his face on him.
Chuck Norris.
Just CGI that shit with his face.
All right. So since you brought it up, I'm going to save one of mine for later. I originally had this on my list. I took it off, but it's back now. You guys remember about 35, 40 years ago when they did The Wiz and it was all Motown people?
Yes. Michael Jackson, The Wiz.
Diana Ross, Nipsey Russell,
Yes.
and who cared about the rest?
Nobody else.
Ben Vereen.
Nobody.
Oh, yeah, Ben Vereen.
Oh, Ben
'cause
Vereen is the lion.
He got off the Reading Rainbow and went over the Reading Rainbow to Oz.
Heard. Rainbow.
So
Down the road.
I wanted
Damn
to
it, I
cast.
don't have a piece of gay cake to eat today.
I know. I wanted to cast a rock version of The Wizard of Oz and have all those songs just be thick and chunky, but each character has to fit with the person I've chosen to play.
What?
So Dorothy, the young girl,
Not
far
gonna
away
lie,
from home.
That bitch too skinny. She needs to eat
is it's down to two people. I haven't nailed it down. I have written down either Lizzie Hale or Avril Lavigne.
Ooh, I like Avril Lavigne.
Fuck Avril Lavigne.
Eye candy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Lizzie
Scarecrow,
Hale.
he's all gangly. He's all gangly. He wants to have a brain. Who's the most brainless rock star ever? Axl Rose.
There you go.
All right. You meet up with the Tin Man. He wants to have a heart. He wants to make you believe he's a heartfelt human being. Paul Stanley.
I can buy it.
Let's get to the Lion. Our friend
Paul
the Lion.
Stanley with the hair would make the best lion.
Oh, no. Because the face belongs to one man and one man only.
Who?
That's Papa Het, James Hetfield.
Oh, dear Jesus.
If I only had the courage, yeah.
And you need a... yeah. We're king of the forest.
Put him up.
And, of course, we need a cool witch, but she still has to be able to be a mean witch. I'm going with Joan Jett as the witch.
There you go.
And the Flying Monkeys are every member of every boy band ever, because fuck them.
Oh, I forgot two of my best castings in Star Wars. Hang on.
Right.
Cheech and Chong is C-3PO and R2-D2.
That would be cool.
That's the best part of that fucking movie right there.
All right. Well,
what the fuck you say, man?
I put it back on the list. The Wizard of Oz is here. Now I have to take one off. No, I don't. Fuck it. I'm going with the... No, now I got 5, and then I got my honorable mentions.
All right, so here it is. So it's mine, right?
Yes.
All right, so here it is. Have you guys ever seen the movie Four Brothers?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Marky Mark, Tyrese Gibson, Andre 2000, and whoever the other fucking white kid was.
Yeah, there was only 2 brothers in it, really.
Well, no, none of them were actually. Yeah, well, yeah, technically, yeah, there was.
Easy, Chris.
All right, so I'm gonna remake the movie, and you can adjust everything else any way you want to, but for the 4 main characters, I'm gonna replace those 4 main characters with the Sweat Hogs.
Genius.
Wow.
Genius casting.
Okay, you have 2 non-white brothers and 2 white brothers in the movie. The Sweat Hogs are 2 non-white and 2 whites.
Right. You had Washington, who was black.
Washington was black. You had Epstein was Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican Jew.
Yeah, he was the Puerto Rican Jew. And then you had
Horshack and Barbarino.
Horshack and Barbarino for your 2 whites. So
there you go.
That's my swap on the movie. They have to play it the same way. They have to play the movie exactly the way it was written, but they have to do it in the character from the Sweat Hogs.
What?
Now, you can pull Mr. Woodman or Carter in any way you want to in that movie, and the wife, that's fine too, and some of the outlying extra characters later, like what's his name who was on the fucking Love Boat later, but there was the kid. Remember the kid with the hair?
Oh yeah.
He came in after the guy who replaced Travolta.
Yeah. The goofy redneck kid.
Yeah, later on in life, he was actually like somebody on Love Boat, and he had a couple of other films in the 80s and early 90s. But that's the main swap out. You're going to swap out the 4 characters and 4 brothers. The 4 brothers, you're going to swap them out for the Sweat Hogs.
That's good shit.
I figure Horshack has to be the brother that dies.
Well, yeah, of course. He was the first to die.
I mean? But like, can you see Horshack during that scene? Oh, God, Johnny, it fucking hurts.
Oh,
God.
Up my nose with the rubber hose.
Shot. Oh.
I've been shot. What? Where?
Who did it? My hair.
Yo,
my hair.
Don't hit me. You touched my hair.
I work a long time getting my hair right, and you hit it.
And you hit it. Just can you...
And you heard it. You made my hair disarray.
Christ.
And Epstein as one of the brothers just... I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, you got me on that one. All right, Lynch, let's start. You got it. Did you do your number 2 or? Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, I did.
Let's go on to number 3.
I did my number 2 earlier today. The other number 2.
I did a number 2 earlier too.
I've been holding it back.
No,
I want to violate the. I'm going to violate the studio bathroom.
Mine is not.
I didn't get a picture of it,
and you never will. Mine is not so much a recasting. it is completely changing the genre of the film. Titanic as a silent film.
It would have been better as a silent film.
Just 3 hours of music and those interstitial title cards would have the same impact.
Okay.
Because my honest opinion on Titanic, the script was secondary. You could have been reading the phone. They could have been reading the phone book or an encyclopedia for 3 hours, and you still would have had eyes glued on the screen because it was very, very pretty to look at. And I say the same thing for The Abyss. It was
very cinematic. Yes, it was.
I can say the same thing
and
for
that cunt didn't
Pandora.
Share that fucking door, Avatar. And she let him die.
Don't let you know what?
Whatever it was. Shut up. This is not your show.
It's not the Jerry Springer show. Sit down and enjoy it. Don't make me come over there.
Zip it. She's lippy. Real fucking
This is
lippy.
why we can't have nice things.
It is. Jen's why. She breaks things.
Like I think we froze Lynch. Look how.
Oh my God! He just there it is. That's a.
Yo, you're frozen. There he is.
That's a fucking mugshot.
Yeah, it is.
That one's better because you can't see the detail.
I'm screenshotting that shit. I'm gonna make memes out of this shit. And he's coming back.
When you want to blow up a bunch of universities and airlines.
Right.
This is the look you go for.
I cannot wait to play with this. I was on a meme. I was on a meme tirade.
Is back.
I was on a meme tirade this weekend. Oh, as soon as we get Natural Man back, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
He's
first
buffering
of all, the thing about you guys are both 1,000% correct. It was visually spectacular. Everything was so well done from the beginning with the little poker game to the boarding of the ship to everything about it. But my question to Lynch when he decides to come back, like a silent film, do you get those black boxes with the ornate design around it that shows a little bit of dialogue here and there? Because I think without it, I mean, not that you don't know the end of the story. The movie's called fucking Titanic. But, maybe you lose a plot line here or there. Is it 1911, for fuck's sake? I'm just wondering.
I think maybe you could almost get away with, like, scrolled writing, written in handwriting of the time as it went across the screen. And just I don't know. You probably could have made that movie as a silent film. But even silent films had the little, like you said, the little black boxes that said what they said and somebody said back, and then they go on about the rest of the scene, and then there's another black box. Because
back in the day, a silent film, you got a little bit of this.
Because the scene doesn't work unless she says, "Paint me like one of your French whores," or whatever the fuck.
I still use that line when I go get tattooed.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Falcon Dave says, "Okay, lay down on the chair, put your leg like this," because I'm getting more leg work done, and I say, paint me like one of your French girls, and he knows. But silent films back in the day, you get a little bit of moving around, and then you get the little card. Comes up and tells you this is my story.
Right. And that's where now that we're discussing it, I have to disagree. I think without some of the lines, yes, the scene on the bow where they're dry humping on the front of the ship. In the wind, yeah, great, lovely. There, it's free. But I think the movie loses something without you knowing that she says things like, "Paint me like one of your. I want you to paint me like one of your French girls." I think without the dialogue, the scene is visually. This nigga's on two different. What the fuck?
Good Christ! I mean, yeah, exactly.
He's so fast. He's in 3 places at once, ladies and gentlemen. This man is so funny.
You can tell without dialogue that Cal is an asshole, that the guy who works for him is an asshole, that the mother's an asshole.
Like the scene where they're humping in the car and the whole hand, and there you go. That's an entire scene based on just visuals. The steamy and the nothing and a little rocking, and all of a sudden the hand as it slowly comes down. There is that scene translates perfectly to no. but that scene was done that way specifically.
I want two things if this film gets made this way, Lynch.
What's that?
One, I want a spare titty thrown out during the car scene. And second,
like press some titties on a glass and drag them down.
Oh yeah, there you go.
While Jack is in the water,
I'm a little.
I want him to look around. I want him to observe, and I want him to say, there's plenty enough room on that fucking door for me. Let that be the only line spoken in the film. There's plenty enough room for me up there.
Right,
bitch.
just before he pushes off, it's literally like, there's plenty of room up there.
There's a theory. There's a fan theory that the movie Titanic is all a dream up until the point that the Titanic sinks, and that Jack is in her dreams.
What is this, fucking Dallas?
Oh
I'm just telling you,
Bobby, are you all right? How's the shower?
People have all these. People have all these fan theories about certain things. In
Oh my
movies.
God, they shot JR last night.
Oh,
Where were you? I was in the shower.
Dynasty, bitch, Dynasty.
Another one is that John Wick is the same character as he was in The Matrix.
I've heard that
Neo.
one, yeah.
He is Neo. It kind of makes sense. I mean,
okay.
The third Matrix movie was fucking horrible. The sequel they just did last year is not good. Not good at all. The first one is the best one. Second one,
But did you expect it to be?
Be good?
I thought all of those movies were fabulous.
And they lost me at the third one.
You have smoked yourself retarded. You really have.
No, I gotta be honest. I have a non-sexual crush on Keanu Reeves. I think he's just
love him, man.
An awesome person.
The
fact that he's the age that he is, doing what he's doing, I would die, and he's a couple years older than me. I'm just saying, I've liked Keanu since before Bill and Ted.
I prefer to use the term, as I have for about 25 years now, heterosexual man love.
Yeah, it's a non-sexual crush. He's great, man. I mean, motherfuckers have it on Tom Brady, on a quarterback and shit. I have it on Keanu Reeves. I think he's really fucking awesome. Like, he did it a few weeks ago. He was in an airport, and the kid was in it, and like the kid started asking him questions, and it made it online, and the kid started asking him questions, and then like Keanu started asking him questions back. Like he basically started like in the middle of an airport somewhere. He like interviewed the kid back, and the kid is like fucking recording the whole thing. And
That's pretty badass.
It was a really great exchange. Like you could tell he couldn't give a fuck that he was recording it. He only cared, and the kid really only cared about the interaction. It was really good. Yeah. Like I think Keanu Reeves is fucking awesome.
He's a quality human. He's a quality human.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's good shit.
He's been through a lot in his life too. I mean, he lost his sister. His wife died number of years ago, and every penny he made from the Matrix either went to charity or to the special effects groups that worked on the Matrix. Yeah, he gave up his salary. He said, I don't need it.
He's made plenty of money, and he says he's invested it, and he doesn't need it, so he gives a lot of his money away.
Yeah, he lives in like a studio apartment, nothing fancy.
Stops at Starbucks in the morning and grabs his coffee on the way to shoots and shit, or the office or whatever. Like normal, he's a normal regular customer at some fucking Starbucks somewhere.
That's pretty fucking cool, if you ask me.
Like he just shows up, orders a coffee, and leaves. He doesn't give a fuck who he is.
Are we ready for my number 3?
Yes, we are ready for number 3.
Okay, so I didn't recast the film. I recast 2 characters, and they're pivotal characters. You guys have all seen First Blood, yes? The very first ever Rambo film. Colonel Troutman, and I can't remember his name, but it was Brian Dennehy that played the cop.
Yep.
As Rambo is just tearing this fucking town apart, and they're looking for him.
Fuck it was.
Yeah, Sheriff Fat Fuck McGillicuddy.
Yes.
And they get into this conversation where Troutman is trying to tell Dennehy, leave him alone. He's going to fuck you up. Dennehy's trying to...
Yes. It's when they're in the tent. They've tried, and they've fucking lost, and Troutman has showed up.
Who would I want to see bow up on each other in these roles? That's what I was thinking. So I recast Brian Dennehy's cop as R. Lee Ermey.
Ooh, yeah.
And And in the most ridiculous thing I could have ever done, I recast Colonel Troutman from Richard Crenna to Gilbert Gottfried. If you guys could hear Herm's eyes right now, you want to picture that conversation in your head. Arlie Ermy versus Gilbert Gottfried. But he plays it straight-laced, but he's still got the Gilbert Gottfried voice. Uh-oh. I think we broke Herm.
I think he's gone to the Matrix. We broke him. Take the blue pill.
What?
Fuck yo picks, Herm.
Fuck yo picks. What? Oh my God! You don't even know what he's capable of.
This man is eating stuff you would throw in your garbage, and he has disemboweled people for no reason. Just to hear that speech come out of Gilbert Gottfried's mouth I'd pay to see that movie 18 more times.
He's done things to people you can't even imagine.
What you call hell, he calls home. That's all I'm gonna say.
Would you like a bagel?
Arlie Ermy. What makes this man so special? Do you think I can't go out there and catch him? This is my town.
That's a genius casting.
Thank you, sir. And that is the end of my number 3.
That is something right there. That is
something, all right. And I wasn't even on edibles. There might have been a Miller Lite or 2 involved, but possibly some Crown Royal apple.
All right.
Yuck.
All right. So
I got to get with the peach before it goes away, though.
I can't do peach.
It's good, though.
I don't like peach.
I don't care what you like, cave boy. I'm drinking it.
I'm not a big peach person.
That's fine, Apple Butter Jones. Come on, give it.
Peaches for me.
That's right.
All right. So here it is. Number 3. We're going to do Reservoir Dogs with the cast from Major League.
Oh, I like it.
I want to know where Coach Lou Brown fits in, because you can't have that cast do anything without Lou Brown.
He's Harvey Keitel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I can see it.
Are you sticking with the cast from 1?
Just one.
Okay, because here's my problem.
One.
Steve Buscemi's character is not that bright, so I think you would have to dip into Major League 2 and get Rube Baker to play that character. And the only person I would pull from that movie, because the rest of them come back, and then you have a couple add-ons.
Because Charlie Sheen is a complete idiot, so you could totally put him in an idiot's position.
Yeah,
true.
And then you put Padre in as one of the other, as Mr. Green.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll buy it. All right.
I'm not sure where I'm putting Serrano yet.
Ooh.
But just the accent and the character in that.
Okay, I lied. You do have to pull another character from number 2. You have to get Taka somehow into this movie to tell people they have no marbles.
There you go.
Yeah. You had no marbles.
Miss Feblips.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm glad so far nobody is.
Yeah,
you touched Major League in a good way. If any one of you had said, "I'm gonna recast Major League," I quit today. I'm packing up the rig, and you guys can keep this show and suck it and suck it.
No. No.
You gonna die?
No.
No.
Please don't die.
I have thought about recasting Major League, but it has to be done like, here's how it's done. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Is Wild Thing?
Tom Holland with his English accent. No, not as Wild Thing. Just I want to take like actors who are so fucking straight it's not funny. Other than Cumberbatch has the Marvel.
He has some comedic chops.
But for the most part, he's an extremely good, serious actor.
Sam Elliott is the only choice to play Coach Lou Brown. Has to be.
Yeah. It's almost the exact same voice, just with a draw.
The same attitude. Yeah, but with the draw, right.
Right, yeah, but you'd have to pull like Sam Elliott, but Sam Elliott from Roadhouse.
Yes. Yes.
Yo, mijo.
Yo, mijo.
Listen, mijo.
Oh my shit.
I like that too.
All right, Lynch, number 4.
I kind of have two movies. Pretty Woman is one of them. And I was going to say, if it wasn't, like if it were my dream cast from that time period.
Jenna Jameson and...
No, yeah. But if
Lynch made it a completely different movie.
Oh, wait, I'm getting there.
Oh.
My next pick.
No. So take Pretty Woman, take Julia Roberts out of it. It doesn't make her a superstar.
Oh, I love you already.
You put somebody who's already established as a sex symbol and a okay female actress is Bo Derek. She plays a prostitute. But you have to change it. You have to change it with the age range too, because she's not just a young kid. This is a 30 knocking on late 20s, early knocking on 30s.
Put Brooke Shields in there.
Ooh,
yeah, there you go.
Most beautiful woman in the world for many years.
I'm just saying, age wise, literally take age for age that Julia Roberts was at, and put Brooke Shields.
I like your casting better. I like your casting better.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time replacing Richard Gere because he's a sexy man.
Well, okay, that was the weirdest thing I think I've ever heard you say. But when it comes down to it,
I have hetero love for him. I think he's a great
Pierce
actor.
Brosnan.
That part was perfect
When
for
he
him.
was at the age of Remington Steele.
Ooh.
Tom Selleck.
I'd pay to watch that porno. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Remington
guess what? You're gonna get a good one in about 2 minutes. No, stop it.
No kissing on the lips.
Steve. Tonight, I'm going to have Jen strap 2 fucking cinnamon rolls to her head, and we're going to do some serious fucking freaky Star Wars shit.
Yikes. All right, then. Ooh, boy, am I glad I'm not there.
Lewd Skyballer.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
Since you guys are so up on the porn gimmick, I have a porn, not a porn, but a porn, depending on how you view this film. I've got 50 Shades of Grey on my list. And I'm only recasting the main two, Christian and Anastasia. You want to make this movie...
really, that's all you need to change the movie.
You really want to make this movie fun? Christian will now be played by Mandingo. And Anastasia will be played by Mia Khalifa.
Ooh.
Let the fucking begin.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. You are welcome.
Ooh. Mandingo and Mia Khalifa. Number one, I don't know if she could handle him.
I don't care. It's my movie. I do what I want.
Yeah, buy you a walking bunny.
Interesting concept, and I need to go to the bathroom, and I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, the lube's on the. I left the lube on the windowsill.
I'm just.
The squishing is about to happen.
I'm just gonna spit in my hand.
There you go. I hereby recast Brokeback Mountain with every member of Nickelback.
What are you doing, you dumbass? What are you doing?
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
Oh, my wife has one honey bun, one Little Debbie honey bun. She's holding,
cut it in half.
She's over here. She's over here.
Cut it in half.
The thing, and it hurt half. Yo, cut it in half and fucking strap half a cinnamon roll to your ass, and we'll be done in a bit. Go get naked. I'll beat you in there.
I'll beat you in there. Well, this just went off the rails sideways. All right, what do you got for
the people at home who are only going to listen to the audio version?
Yeah, because you don't get me telling her, fuck your picks. We're gonna have to do another music episode soon because that was the most fun.
Yep.
You want to see Herm break the rules, guys? If you've never seen one of our old music episodes or listened, Herm breaks the rules with every fucking question.
Dude, I've been trying to be really good.
You've been doing real good.
Really good. I got to be honest. I should have been a lawyer. I could find a fucking loophole.
They're not loopholes.
They're loopholes. They're legal loopholes.
No, this is like Danielson with the bricks of ice. You just completely cut right through them every single fucking time.
Hey, the point is to break the ice That's the point.
The point is to play by the fucking rules. Speaking of which, the rules are you're next, number 4.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
All right, number 4. All right. So, my number 4 is, let's see. There we go. My number 4 is The Godfather.
I hate you.
All right. But it's The Godfather, and it's done by... I can't make the light change. This fucking piece of shit. All right, so the cast swap on The Godfather is The Muppets and Sesame Street. Complete same movie.
See?
Lynch was like,
Look
fuck
what you
this, I'm
did.
out.
Lynch quit.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently they've been banned from the show. I am the show. Once again, Chris is holding up the fuck your pick sign. Yeah, so it's The Godfather, completely straight, but like Gonzo as fucking
Nope.
as
No.
Brando. Yo, the Italian guy that used to throw the fish. Yo, you know he fits in, right? Fozzie. Yup. Miss Piggy, there's the female. There it is. Done. Uh-huh. The rats. Yup. Yup. It works. It works.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It totally does. I want to see all of those Muppet characters drop F-bombs. I want to see one of them tell him to leave the gun, take the cannoli.
That'd be Fozzie.
That's
that
what
has
I'm
to
saying.
be Fozzie's Clemenza. There it is. That's all you get.
I want to see
Fuck is wrong with you?
we got to see
Serious.
like somebody from the band talking about, look what they did to my boy.
Dr. Teeth.
Oh my god.
That's what there it is.
Dr.
Oh
Teeth.
my god. Look what they did to my boy.
My boy.
Fucking retards. I don't know what the hell is wrong with all of you, but there's something wrong with all of you.
It's possible. It's possible. I'm just saying, it could happen that way, but
Dude, Lynch, I'm with you. I quit. You don't fuck with The Godfather. You don't.
yes, you do.
No, you do not.
Yes, you do.
Oh, Lynch, save this. Put the shit back on. Number 5.
All right, number 5.
Hope you got a couple honorable mentions because I got 5 of them.
You're gonna
Hold on,
love
just
my
one.
last one.
They're just one. My last ones are one-offs. So, but go ahead.
So I'm kind of lazy on this one, but I think you guys will appreciate it. You're going to remake Platoon with a cast of characters of the most woke folk motherfuckers in Hollywood today.
That's not lazy at all. That's
That's
genius,
not lazy
my
at
man.
all. That's fucking brilliant.
I challenge the listening audience to.
You could do
think
the
of
same with Full Metal Jacket, but you
any
keep
war
Arlie
movie.
Ermy. You
Yeah.
keep Arlie Ermy, and when
And
he goes into that,
everybody, right? He's the only hard, crazy fucking one there.
you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna piggyback you. I'm gonna say take all really good military films, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now, dump the cast, except for like the hardest motherfucker in the movie, and you replace it with a bunch of woke folk. And when like the sergeant gets in their eye, they all start crying and hugging and maybe touching each other's wieners or something.
Show me on the doll where the drill sergeant harassed you.
Right? They're wondering why they don't have the all-inclusive flag on their shoulder.
Predator, starring Greta Stronenberg.
How dare you? I don't have time to bleed. I don't have time to bleed. How dare you?
I think I
Swear
broke
to
butt shut.
God.
And then, you know what's even better? The Predator itself in the movie with the long dreads and shit.
It's
Just
like
fit
just
her-
walking
fit her
around.
for- nope.
It's a redneck walking around in a MAGA hat.
Nope, fit it. No, because if we're gonna change everything, the Predator is AOC.
Is what?
AOC.
AOC. Yeah, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only did we break the internet, we're breaking Hollywood.
So if you're gonna go politics, you got to recast grumpy and grumpier old men with Biden and Trump.
That'd be funny shit.
Two is the
That's
most
some-
polar opposites.
Okay, time out. Who plays Burgess Meredith's character, the I don't give a fuck dad?
Mike Pence. No, we gotta go. We gotta go.
You gotta
old.
get somebody hard.
No, it's gotta be hard. It's gotta be somebody really edgy and don't give a fuck.
If he were still alive, I'd pick Carlin, George Carlin.
George Carlin would work because
Yeah,
he'd be
he
the
would
right
work.
age.
Carlin could do it.
Moran. Putz.
I love those movies.
The rules of the road, man.
All right.
I think a shot in the throat gets me down the road.
Since you're talking about lazy, I was kind of lazy on this one, but in my mind, I laughed for about a good 5 minutes thinking about this. As much as I hate these movies, I'm taking the entire Twilight saga.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that survives the recast is Kristen Stewart.
Okay.
She can be Bella in all these movies. But she's going to be real fucking confused with the language because every other member of the cast is being replaced by Telemundo telenovela actors and actresses, and they can only speak Spanish. I don't care if it's Jacob, Edward, the hot one, Alice, what the fuck?
You're only mad because I took a nap with your sister.
Oh!
I finally watched that show.
Is that not the funniest shit?
It is funny.
Yo, I gotta be honest. I watch the Lopez versus Lopez show every week. It's good shit.
It is.
It's a good
but I
shit.
keep going back
I'm a
to that
shitty
one.
dad, so that makes me a good parent. Yes.
I keep going back to when that little kid gets to the bottom of the stairs like, "Caca."
Yeah, and he just.
Yep, and he's dressed like fucking Frank
I was
Lopez
just
from
gonna say-
Scarface.
I was gonna say Frank Lopez.
He does. He looks like the next thing he's going to turn around to George like, you don't get high on your own supply.
On supply.
What are we gonna do with you two? I think, yeah, Mr.
Start with
Buckshot
the-
Jones.
Shit.
Start with lobotomies, work your way forward.
That's right.
Oh, but yeah, it would be funny for all these teenage chicks to go to the movie theater. Oh my God, a new Twilight. And there's Bella. I'm so depressed. Everything is
That's not-
terrible. Junta que macina da patenga puerta. And she's like, same look in every movie, but
Well, that's the one look she has.
The one puzzled look.
yeah. And then there's Edward and Jacob fighting over her, and one turns into a bat and the other turns into a wolf, and they're all "Bugata se va de esta aquí." And she just
mucho de pendejo.
Ay, pero.
Oh, that's good.
wait.
shit.
Does that mean I took a nap with?
Right.
Un fantasma. All right, that's my number 5.
I like that.
Thank you.
That's good shit. All right, here it is.
All right.
Number 5. It's Rocky.
One of my honorable mentions is a Rocky recast, so I want to hear if you do better than me.
All right, so here it is. Andrew Dice Clay, as we knew him in the 90s as Rocky.
Ooh, he's on my list, but not in Rocky. Good. Wow. We're kind of going on the same page a little bit.
Sam Kinison as Mickey.
There you go.
I like it.
You're going to eat lightning and you're going to crap thunder. Oh, ah!
Sarah Silverman as Adrian.
God, I love her.
I do too.
I don't care that she's woke folk. I would lick her titties for hours.
Chris Farley as Paulie.
There you go.
Okay, I can see it.
I like that.
I'm keeping with a theme for
Yeah,
replacements.
Clearly.
See that.
And Robin Harris as Apollo.
Oh,
I
yeah.
could definitely see that. If he was buffed and in shape.
Talking some shit.
Yeah.
There it is, number 5. That's nobody else really fucking matters in the rest of the movie. Those 5 characters are all that really fucking matters, and those
All right.
those would be my picks.
Because these are all silly as shit. I'll just run off my honorable mentions real quick. I did have Rocky 3 on this list, and the only person I recast was Clubber Lang. And that role goes to Gary Coleman.
Ooh.
From the knees down, you're at bitch. Your ass is mine. Don't you make me tear up that
Clever
crotch.
but we just changed from Mr. T to Gary Coleman.
That's right. That's it. All right. I got a couple others. In the original Willy Wonka.
It's just Kevin Hart.
Yeah, same. They're both about the same size. In the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka gets played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that's a deep fake. I'll have to tell my friend to do a deep fake on that one.
You'll get nothing. You'll fail.
Yeah, you get nothing.
Lose.
You touch the roof, you can't get nothing.
You'll fail. Good night.
Bad.
Good day, sir. I took one of our favorites, Rain Man, and I only changed Raymond. But it's a specific character this gentleman plays. I want it to be John Lovitz, but I want it to be his Tommy Flanagan character from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Man, 2 for good. That's the ticket. Who's on
Good.
first?
That's the ticket. Yeah. Good for me.
Speaking of John,
Oh,
speaking of John Lovitz,
shit.
4 minutes to Wapner. Yeah.
So
I guess on Fallon or Kimmel, he was on one of their shows.
Way to be specific, Lynch.
He was what's his name?
Fuck if I know.
Who's the guy?
I
who
don't know.
won?
You're telling the story. You tell me.
John Lovitz.
No, who's the guy? No, the congressman.
Wait,
Santos.
what?
Santos?
Yeah, he played
I can
Santos.
see that character pulling.
Yeah,
No. I really was the fucking volleyball king.
I am Jewish. Yeah, that's a ticket.
Yeah, I am
that's the
Jew,
ticket.
ish.
Ish. Yeah.
Last
that's the
two.
ticket.
I went to Hannibal, and I want to recast Hannibal Lecter. It would change the entire scope of the movie, but Hannibal Lecter would hereby be played by Andrew Dice Clay.
Hey, yo, Clarice.
What did that guy say to you down there?
That guy said,
Oh!
yeah, I'm sure that's great. You take it
Apple
home
one
and bang
cannot.
him like the redhead. Yep.
He said I could smell your pussy. Oh! And last but not least, the TV movie from the way early 80s, if it gets redone, the Wayne Williams, you know who Wayne Williams is, the Atlanta child murders?
Yes.
Yeah.
That gets played by Chris Benoit.
Well, he's dead.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, but we can. We're making.
he killed children in Atlanta.
That
Why
would be
not?
Chris Benoit while he was alive. That's
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah. Oh wow. I had more fun doing this than anything. Anybody else got any honorable mentions before?
Dice Clay. I was bouncing around for a couple ideas. I mean, you could put him in just about anything.
I had the idea of doing 007, but with Pee Wee Herman.
That would be fun.
That's my Scarface pick. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Pee Wee Herman is Scarface.
If I didn't pick him for Hannibal, Dice Clay was almost going to be Axel Foley in Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep.
That would work.
We were talking last night, and Jen was like, which Andrew Dice Clay? Like Andrew Dice Clay in Fort Fairlane or Andrew Dice Clay? And I'm like, they're all the same character.
Yeah, pretty much. Even when he was in that music movie, he was still Dice, but just old.
Just old. And then he did the movie with, what's her name there? Leah Jackson.
Yeah, Casual
Leah
Sex.
Thomas. He did Casual Sex. And he was pretty much the same. What do you want? I'm from Jersey. I was like, so it's pretty much the same character. So
We need someone like Andrew Dice Clay. Wait, is Andrew Dice Clay working right now? Let's get him.
Right, just get him.
I thought about Andrew Dice Clay for a couple different things, much like Lynch. You know, Axel Foley being one of them. I wanted him to be like Rambo. I thought he would be good in Rambo, and he was built. Back then.
That's where I went with an easy slide over to Stallone.
Yeah,
and Rocky, kind of that same. Hey, yo.
Another one is I would recast Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting with Stephen Wright.
Oh God.
That you would fall asleep within 15 minutes.
Holy shit! I would recast Matt Damon in just about everything, except The Departed, because he gets what he gets at the end.
Yeah, a rat. That's another movie I can just throw on anytime and
Oh,
just
yeah,
put
same.
it on the background. That's such a good.
Oh yeah,
fucking
that
movie.
movie's great because there's minimal dialogue. It's done very much in an old style. There is dialogue, but there is long stretches where there is nothing but
You're just watching
him fucking struggle.
Yeah,
And that's all you get is the sound of him fucking struggling.
What's another? Oh, I had another one. It slipped my mind, but Yeah, Dice Clay. I could put him just about anything. You may make him Darth Vader.
I tried so hard to fit Liam Neeson into any of this, and every time I did, I was like, nope, that won't fit. Nope, that won't fit. Because he's Liam fucking Neeson. And his best cameo ever came in, I think it was Ted number 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to purchase this cereal. Okay. It says it's for kids. Is there a law that says I can't have it? No, sir. I'm pretty sure tricks are for everybody. You'll tell no one of this. No, I'm not. I have a feeling I want to forget this as soon as possible. I'll never forget your loyalty. I prefer that you would.
He was in that Seth MacFarlane Western only because he was a fan of the episode of Family Guy where they made fun of him. Then he came back. Then he came back and would do the voice. He was supply his own voice. Yeah,
that's something we got to work on when we reconvene a week from today or a week from yesterday. That'll be our one homework assignment. And for any of you who are listening, put Liam Neeson into a movie, and it doesn't even have to make sense. If you want Liam Neeson to play Tommy Boy, then Liam Neeson plays Tommy Boy.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, it changes the entire dynamic of the movie, but it'd be fun to watch.
Oh, that leads to a good.
Have we seen him do any comedy ever?
That's a good question.
Just that Western that he did for Seth MacFarlane. I can't remember the name of it. It was a bad movie.
Yeah,
but he was funny.
It was 6.
A Million Ways to Die in the Old West.
Yes.
Same, whatever.
Yeah, I liked it. It was Charlize Theron. She has tits. I'm in.
Yeah, I love her. Ooh.
And it was
Dusty Rhodes had tits too.
Well, yeah, but not like Charlize. And
that's true.
And then Seth was funny as fuck because it was all the funny fucking shit that he couldn't say on Family Guy that was a little edgy that they slid into the movie. You know what I mean? So
I think that's why Ted sounds a lot like Peter
I'm not
Griffin.
saying it was a great movie, but I appreciated it.
Right.
Another one you can think about is had he lived. Chris Farley had recorded almost all the dialogue for Shrek.
I did not know that.
And they wrote that role specifically for him. He had recorded about 90% of it, and then he died. So they were like, "Oh, what the fuck do we do? We have an unfinished movie." And the part said,
"A hell of a drug."
Yeah. Oh, Speedball is what he.
Which one of you guys had Trump and Biden in something earlier?
I did. Grumpy Old Man.
Okay, we're gonna move him over. And we're going to put him on the couch as Wayne's World. A party on, Wayne. Happy birthday to you too, Garth.
Put him up in the bleachers there for the Muppet Show.
Yeah, because Wayne always wore a hat. And
that's right.
You can make America great again.
Yep.
Yes, make America great again. Yes.
Mugga.
I can see Garth as Joe Biden, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen out there, I need some response on this.
First,
I am running for president in 2024.
This I gotta hear.
And here is my platform. I am going to make bacon 99 cents a pound again.
Well, that's good because then
that's my whole platform.
99-cent bacon,
2024, Big Herm, done.
99-cent bacon, $9 dozen of eggs. It makes all the sense in the world. It's $10.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna pay that price for fucking eggs, then something at breakfast is gonna be cheap, and I'm gonna make it bacon.
Well, we've had gas, we've had lumber, now we have eggs. What are they gonna do next year?
Dude, I forbid my wife to leave the house today.
Oh, this I gotta hear.
She's not allowed to leave the house. She has to quit her job. She has to sit on the couch and just stay there and look pretty.
You wrote the rules on the fridge, didn't you?
No. Every time this bitch leave the house, the price of gas around here goes up. I drove to work. It was $1.59 the other day. Yeah, what is it now? $1. Disgusting. It went up it's disgusting. Like double digits, like 2 digits in like 2 days. You're not allowed to leave the fucking house anymore. You go to work and gas
cannot use.
You go to work.
Phone.
She goes to work and gas is 7 cents more than it was when she came home. And then when she come home, it's 10 cents more than it was when she went to work. You're not allowed to fucking go to work no more. I don't know what the fucked up juju you got going on, but you sit your ass down and sit in a chair at the house because I cannot afford these prices.
Lillian cannot go outside ever again.
Ever. She is Jennifer cannot leave the house.
She's
going on the fridge, so it's official.
We went out to go get something at the thing today, and she's like, "Look, gas is up another 9 cents." You are not allowed to leave the fucking house, bitch. I swear.
I can't believe you put the blame on her. That's terrible.
Every time she leave the house, gas. Well, she's the one who's been telling me the gas prices. You know, gas was 8 cents less when I went to work. And you just came home, right?
Well, that's good.
And then on the way to work, she gets to work and tells me gas is 7 cents more than it was when I came home. I am just seeing a fucking pattern.
As a detective, we're not allowed to believe in coincidence.
For real, there is no coincidence. Look, she leave the house, gas go up. She go to work, gas go up. She come home, gas go up. Bitch, sit down.
She is the black cloud in Poop Hole, Colorado.
Sit the fuck down.
Taking egg and gas prices everywhere.
I'm flipping the script now. Next week, take your 5 favorite, and I mean it. They have to be your favorite musical acts, like a band. Not like you can't pick Prince because it's Prince.
What if I pick?
He was the band.
Prince and the New Power Generation.
Well, you're not going to like what I'm about to say.
All right, I'm listening.
We're changing the lead singers. Because there's only like 3 bands ever that successfully moved on with new lead singers.
Yeah, it's horrible.
3. The rest of them, yeah, we're like a monkey fucking a football. So we're taking the lead singer out, and you can make it as silly as you want. If you want to say take, I don't know, Led Zeppelin and replace Robert Plant with Joe Cocker, you can do that. Stairway to Heaven would take on a whole new meaning.
Yeah. What the fuck did Joe Cocker just say? I don't know. Just keep saying, yeah.
Keep singing, yeah.
Moving, yeah. Grooving, yeah.
If you wanted to, and you certainly can. Now I'm kind of taking them off the list here, but if you want to take Metallica and replace Hetfield with Elvis Presley, you could certainly do that.
Wise men say wrong gig, Elvis.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget my son to include everyone.
That's painful. That's very painful.
I know it's painful. That's the whole point.
That hurts.
Way down deep where it counts, right?
Yeah, way down deep.
Yeah, in the cockles of your heart.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the subcockle region.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the kidney. Maybe the liver.
Maybe the liver.
Spleen. You know, spleen is one of the most delicate organs. If you rupture that, you could instantly die.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I will go out of my way from here on out. I've lived 50 years abusing my spleen. Starting today, I will be nice to my spleen.
I don't even know what that means.
I guess it's like one of the places in your body where it's the highest concentration of red blood cells at any given time. Because you got to think the liver is filtering the blood cells, and they go somewhere. Well, they go through your spleen, and that's a big pocket of blood.
Guys, don't stop listening to the show just because Mr. Science is going on a rant.
I was just going to say,
there's a YouTube channel.
Is there going to be a test when we're done with this?
Which Derek the Undertaker probably already knows about.
I'm sure he does.
Human anatomy. It's basically they have cadavers there, and they go over all the systems of the body. They were both hospital doctors, like ERs and trauma unit, so they know their shit. It's interesting. The body is interesting.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. It is.
I'm totally there. I'm 1,000% there. I'm pretty
Your
proud of us.
Testicles and you.
What movie was that from?
I know.
Herm?
I didn't hear the line.
Your testicles and you.
You can do it.
Shoots through schools.
I don't want to say too much more because the only character I love to do from that movie gives it away.
Yeah.
No, I'm out.
You farting sneaky bastards. I'm going to rip off of your dork. I'm going to shove it up in your eyesore.
I got to watch that now. It's been a long time since I watched
that movie. And that's the test, really. Every girlfriend, I've only had one wife, but every girlfriend I ever had, if you can make it through that movie, and I'll catch you chuckling because I'm going to be paying attention. If you don't laugh through that movie, that or The Ladies Man, you're out. Get out. Collect your shit. Don't pass go. Do not collect $200. You cannot be around me because I quote those movies daily.
Ooh, my Courvoisier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
Velvet
Herm's
Jones
looking at us
Institute
funny.
for Technology. Yeah. Oh,
No, Ladies Man's pretty good.
yeah.
It was better than it had any reason to be.
It was better than I expected it to be.
Yes, I was like, every time they try to make one of those Saturday Night Live movies, or they take a character from Saturday Night Live and make it a movie, for every Wayne's World, you get It's Pat or Superstar.
Oh God. Oh.
Yeah, so you get a bunch of junk. So
I don't mind when they take Saturday Night Live actors and actresses and cast them in completely different roles for you know what I mean for comedy.
Right.
But yeah, when you take those sketch characters and they don't transfer to an hour and a half.
Yeah, because nobody needed A Night at the Roxbury.
Well, and
Nobody.
I love that shit.
they only captured
Of course
lightning.
you do.
I love that shit.
They only captured lightning in the bottle twice, and that was with the Blues Brothers and Wayne's World.
The Ladies Man.
The Ladies Man.
It's a good movie. I like it. But it's not,
that movie did way better than it should.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's still not on par with the Blues Brothers or Wayne's World. I mean, it wasn't a mega hit. It did okay.
We are 5 to 10 minutes into the movie when he does what I call the most beautiful poem ever written. I share it once a year just to get people's reaction, and that's when you knew this movie is going to be better than it has any fucking reason to be, and you just enjoy it for the rest of the time. They weren't trying too hard. They really made an exceptional film for what is a funny yet passable character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whip out everything you got and do it in the butt.
And do it in the butt.
By Leon Phelps.
In the butt.
Mr. Phelps, on your resume here under under hobbies, you listed Dabbit. No, that's the butt.
That's the butt.
But I like tennis too.
Can you imagine making an hour and a half long movie of the copy machine guy?
No,
making copy.
No, that would I would burn the fucking cinema down.
Well, there was just enough of him.
Yeah,
make a copy.
Yeah,
there was
that's
just
the
enough
ticket.
of him for you to tolerate, and then get the fuck out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went to the library. Yeah, that's the ticket.
No, Tommy Flanagan. No, I couldn't have an hour and a half of Tommy Flanagan.
I could have 20 minutes.
No,
and then it gets old.
Yeah,
but yeah, they tried that a couple times, and it just certain characters don't translate.
Mm-hmm.
But and a lot of them go on to pretty good careers. I mean,
oh sure.
Well, Will Ferrell's had a magnificent career.
Mm-hmm.
Molly Shannon has had a good career. She's done a lot of television. But then you got guys like Mike Myers, who's really just a one-note guy. He does his characters.
I don't know how he finds success. I really don't.
See,
because outside of Wayne's World and Austin Powers,
well, that's just it.
That's really all I like of him.
He's found the formula to one-hit wonder. Wayne's World was a 2 hits, but the second movie kind of sucked compared to the first one. And then you have the Austin Powers movies. Outside of those two series of movies, he was in Inglourious Basterds for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm. He was in
Studio
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I thought he did well. See, that's when he goes outside his comfort zone. He does really well. He did a great Steve Rebell.
I didn't know that it was Mike Myers in Bohemian Rhapsody until I took a third look at him. He really did a great job.
I had unfortunately seen his screenshot.
He was good in Studio 54. I think they should release the longer cut of that movie. They cut out about a good 30-40 minutes of that movie. That it kind of gives you more you're sympathetic to the characters a little bit more. They hacked it from like a 2-hour movie down to 1 hour and 30, and it just, to me, it was okay, but it could have been better because I've seen that version of the movie.
I would love to. You know what broke my heart in that movie was when the cool grandma from The Wedding Singer died of a cocaine overdose.
Yeah.
What was her, Disco Daisy or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And there she is. She's partying up, and she's got her little dress on that she probably loved in the 20s. And she dies of a cocaine overdose right there.
Oh, Herm, you mentioned that documentary about the Amber Alert thing. I'm going to watch that this weekend. And I'm going to watch Violent Night. That might be tonight.
I'll have it done, but I'll have it done before we reconvene.
I'm really looking forward to that because I love.
It's not a great movie.
It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to entertain you for about 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Dude, we're all dying. This is the day. This is the episode we all die.
Welcome to the TB unit.
Right?
Where's your pneumonia unit? Take a right at TB.
Dr. Mengele will be in a minute.
It is not a great movie. I just really.
I'm here for an appointment with Dr. Kevorkian.
John Leguizamo is in it.
He's always entertaining.
And it's pretty good. It's all right. You know what I mean? I thought it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. It's not an excellent film. It's not going to win an Oscar, but I liked it.
All right.
Have you guys seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? That movie? No. I haven't seen it yet. I keep hearing it from my
I don't do foreign films.
It's not foreign.
I'm all Chinese in there.
But it's mostly the subtitles are minimal from what I understand.
I'm fucking with you. I'm just fucking with people. I'm just a piece of shit, and it's all right. It's my show. Okay. I can do it.
I love you, so it doesn't matter.
You got to take it into context. This is the same guy years ago when we all shared an apartment, and his girlfriend, soon to be wife at the time, rented My Left Foot, and my man complained throughout the entire fucking film. It didn't matter if it was subtitled. A little bit of it was. It was originally made as a French film. They Americanized it, but they still had some subtitles. Dude complained every other scene.
What the fuck? I gotta read this bullshit.
Yep. Or what the fuck? If his left foot is so fucking amazing and this and that, oh my god, just shut up and watch a fucking movie.
Why didn't they make a movie where everybody spoke English?
That's the real breakthrough nowadays.
If his foot was that fucking good, why isn't this all in English?
My foot translated it.
Right.
The power of the toe.
He doesn't even like movies about Helen Keller because he doesn't understand this.
How do you translate this to fucking words? I need to know.
You know what happened when Helen Keller fell down the steps?
Nothing.
She screamed her hands off.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to hell in every religion.
Wait, I can't hear you.
What?
You know how Helen Keller burnt her face? She answered the iron.
Answered the stove.
You know how she burnt the other side? Son of a bitch called back.
Prank call.
You're about to lose your extended car warranty.
That's the jerky voice. They're up there.
I went into a job once and did that for a week. They thought I was deaf. I worked
you told us that story.
Days.
Oh my god! I caught a little bit of clapback from a listener.
No, it's okay. I don't. I can read your lips. I don't hear so good.
I caught a little clapback because you and I both did a deaf impression. I did Don, of course, and you did you.
Yes.
Well, it's not cool to make fun of deaf people. I'm like, it is if they're assholes like Don, but Herm was just fucking with people in general.
I was literally just fucking with the entire place and just letting them know, oh, what's up?
Until rush time, you're like, hey, let's get this done.
Yo, can we get this shit done, or are we just gonna stand around with our thumbs in our ass all day, or what?
And then they all got deaf. You speak English? You can actually speak.
A guy I went to college with up at Mohegan Community College, the McDonald's on the west side in front of the Norristown Mall. He could do a convincing blind man. And we did
I
it
used to
once
do
a week.
that. I worked at Dillon's and used to do like would come in for shifts and work the thing, work the pit, right, as the chef. But I would come in and be the blind fucking chef. So I would come in and walk in and touch hot shit because my hands could take it and be like, ah, and touch shit and fucking reach out and burn myself. Oh, I used to do an entire blind chef routine in the kitchen on Friday nights.
Well, he played the
I
blind
was
patron.
so fucking offensive, but the tip jar was full, so it's all right.
Well, he was a blind patron, and we were his handlers, finger quotes, and we would read the menu to him. And the same girl would always catch us behind the counter. And now this guy was massive. He was like 6'4", 6'5", big, light-skinned black guy, funniest motherfucker. So about a month goes by, and he wanders in by himself. So he plays it off. We play it off like he got lost, and he's doing his whole blind thing.
Oh shit!
And
Okay.
He hands her the 20, and she puts the change back. He goes, "You're missing a quarter." Just to fuck with her. You ain't blind? No, I'm not blind.
Before we close out, did anybody hear the rumor? I don't know if it's a rumor. Mike Tyson came out not too long ago and said that Michael Jackson's speaking voice was all a sham.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I've heard that. Heard that.
he said one day he's sitting at the house. Of course, he was screwing up every S and T that could be messed up in this interview.
Absolutely.
Like, one day, Michael called his house like, "Yo, Mike, it's MJ." Like, yeah, it's not MJ. No, man, for real, it's MJ. He's looking at. He says the caller ID says, Jackson / Michael.
This voice was
yeah, and then out of nowhere, he's like, "Did you believe me now?" And he's like, "Who is this? Who's fucking with me?" He goes, "Nah, man, I'm serious. It's MJ."
Yeah.
Because I seen a documentary years ago about the death of Michael Jackson and how he was asking for more propofol, and he would call it milk. I've read the books on the subject.
Right.
And in the documentary, they don't have somebody going, yeah, you have some milk, some propofol. It's like you just hear, "I need some more milk."
Right.
It's like that moment you figure out that, George the Animal Steel can actually speak English. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
the
then
curtain
you
is...
actually find out he's a college professor of math.
Right. Well, I met him in an airport once, and my brother went up to him.
Right.
Yeah.
This man will out fucking school you any day of the week.
My brother approached him for an autograph at the height of his bit, and
yeah, but like literally,
"Can I have your autograph?"
Like
he goes, "Sure, kid. What's your name?"
Ooh, Matt.
Right. Right. I can see that when like your brother didn't even know that he fucking spoke.
None of us did, except maybe my dad, who worked a lot of those wrestling matches.
What do you got? You need something? Yeah. All
What's your name, kid?
Yeah. And then years later, you discover he used to be a math professor.
Yep.
He taught at a college for crying.
Yeah.
He's a fuck. What the fuck?
And you never put two and two together why he was only around from like May to September. Then he's gone for 9 months.
Right. He did
limited
tours.
Until he stopped teaching, and then he was doing year round.
And then he went back, and then he came back until he stopped, and then he went full time. But yeah,
I find that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
I about shit myself. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't shit
George
yourself.
the Animal Steel was Mr. Clark, or what?
Yeah.
I would. You know what? I think once they went national, he had no choice but to retire from teaching. And he was already in his 50s by that point. Go ahead.
No, he was.
He was already in his 50s by that point. But, the fact that he goes now national and the kids had to be like, that looks a lot like Mr. Myers.
Right? Does that?
Jim Myers.
Jim.
George the Animal Steel. That looks a lot like Mr. Myers. Dude, Dad, come here. Remember that parent-teacher conference?
Yo, Tommy, come here.
Is that Mr. Myers?
Is that Mr. Myers from fucking third period right there?
Yeah, it is.
Right? It is, right? I'm not fucking losing my shit. Yeah, all right. What the fuck? Oh, Christ. Can you even fucking imagine that shit?
Nope. You remember that fat fuck that Mr. Krieger, the guy was dating a teacher, He claimed to be like this world famous wrestler fella, but nobody ever heard of his gimmick.
Nobody ever heard of him?
Yeah, and he was telling, oh yeah, I wrestled this guy once and this guy once. Years later, when I got a chance to interview certain guys, I'm like, hey, did you guys ever remember a wrestler? You know, I forget what he called himself. I can't remember now, but I actually called Mort when I was doing wrestler interviews. Remember that guy, Ricardo? What was his wrestling name? He gave me the name. And when I interviewed guys that were in the 80s, like Bob Backlund, Road Warrior Animal, hey, did you guys ever remember this guy? He goes, oh, yeah, I remember him. Did you ever wrestle him? He goes, no, we only wrestled stars. He was like way bottom of the barrel. He would start the arena show with, him and Barry Horowitz. He carried everybody's bags. He was like the whooping boy for the locker room.
Yes.
He wasn't world famous shit.
No, he wasn't shit.
My wife's uncle was in the Navy with Jesse the Body.
Nice. Frogman?
Yeah.
Was he a frogman?
No, he was on the same boats.
Okay.
So he was a really, really cool guy. Very smart, articulate.
Oh, yeah.
Wicked funny.
Oh,
wicked funny. And so from that friendship relationship, I guess my wife's uncle would have like mid-level, mid-tier 70s and 80s wrestlers at his house in Canterbury.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought to pick his brain as to who he met throughout his life because of that connection.
Nice.
Be interesting.
I just met people by accident, and then, like I was just texting Gary the other day, Gary Wolf, Pitbull #1. I can't text Joe anymore because unfortunately he passed away. I've actually run into Bob Backlund in Glastonbury when I'm up there, and he remembers me, which that's odd because he was my hero growing up, one of them. And he's like, hey, I remember you, Chris, right? Good to see you, young man.
That's impressive.
Have a handshake. I'd rather keep this hand.
Yeah.
Well, that man, that is the most iron handshake you will ever have in your life is Bob Backlund.
Banana hands.
He does not believe in the wrestler handshake. He believes in the, straight up mid-America farming tough grip handshake.
I could break a boulder with my hand. Yeah.
Yes. He could probably squeeze an apple and make it explode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, we've gone off the rails. If the music thing is good, great. If not, you guys will come up with something and we'll do something fun.
Good.
We'll
bounce
around.
Swap out lead singers on some shit.
Yeah. It's gonna make.
Would you like Rushmore if we got rid of Geddy Lee?
Well, we're about to find out next week.
We're about to find out next week.
You're going to find out.
By the way, Lynch has Rush on his list. I'm going to spoil it for everybody.
Always has Rush on his fucking list.
Of course he does. Because he's
always.
I need gay cake. I need rainbow cake.
We always have the same discussion over Geddy Lee. So, yeah, it's going to be on everybody's list because some of us want to do it because fuck Geddy Lee, and you want to do it because, and Lynch wants to do it because it's interesting.
Anyway, guys, show ideas, complaints, comments, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pornhub.
Yeah.
Are we on Pornhub now?
NJMinsurance.com. Wherever
That's
you
right.
find. Yeah, we're everywhere.
And
we'll see you next week.
We're going to need to get
BamBamFirearms.com. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, we will see everybody next week.
I don't think my penis is supposed to be green.
My microphone smells funny.
Ooh, you might need a cream for that.
It's possible.
Zim's cracked.